Hey y'all, how's it going? This is Reed, aka Carnivore Chef. It's cold here, and I thought it's time to make some homey and cold weather food for myself. This week's video is carnivore chili, or as close to carnivore as I could get it. There's a ton of dried spices and a bit of tomato, so if you have serious issues with these, maybe avoid this recipe. If you've missed these flavors, however, this is as close to chili as you can get while still remaining carnivore, in my opinion. Okay, let's get started. To begin, we need to measure out some dried spices. We're going to need 2 tablespoons of chili powder, 2 teaspoons of cumin, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, a half a teaspoon of chipotle powder if you have it, 1.5 teaspoons of salt, and a quarter teaspoon of fresh ground black pepper. We'll look at all these earthy colors and how good they look, but don't hold on too long because they'll just be a big brown mash soon. Next, measure out 2 tablespoons of tomato paste, which is the most not carnivore thing we have here, but chili in my mind needs at least a little bit of tomato to resemble any type of chili I've ever grown up with. Next, we will need to dice 6 pieces of bacon. How small you cut it and how fast you increase the speed of you cutting it is up to you. Now we can actually get cooking. Place a 4-quart pot over medium-high heat and add your bacon. The goal here is to extract as much bacon grease as possible. We want this to help caramelize the tomato paste and to toast our spices. Speaking of which, go ahead and add both and begin to constantly stir for about 1 minute to keep it from burning. Now, let's deglaze with about 4 cups of beef broth. Usually, I'd add a glass of red wine here or a beer, but we're trying to be carnivore. Feel free to do this if you want, wink wink, and cook until the smell of alcohol is gone. Bring this up to a simmer. Now we can get our protein started. Feel free to use whatever protein you want here. Just make sure it's 2 pounds worth. Smoked sausage and chicken thighs are a nice combo. For today, I'll be using ground beef and cut up chuck roast. Brown your ground beef and drain. I used 7327 ground beef, so that's why mine is excessively swimming in fat. After it's drained, add it to your simmering pot. Next, brown one side of your chuck steak over high heat. I'm just trying to get a bit of caramelization on it for a little more flavor. Once done, add it to your simmering pot. The last 2 things we'll want to add here is 1 teaspoon of honey and a half tablespoon of vinegar. This chili is quite fatty and these things will help balance the flavors. Now we need to reduce this entire thing by half. This took me about 30 minutes over medium-low heat. Alright, finally, let's reduce the heat to low and add 3 tablespoons of butter and a half cup of sour cream. Stir all of this together until everything is homogeneous. The butter will add a touch more richness and the sour cream will help the chili to thicken slightly. There's nothing worse than when you go to eat a bowl of chili and it looks like you're eating tomato soup with some beef chunks in it, so just for whatever it's worth. Now that everything is reduced and thickened, ladle yourself up a bowl and top it with whatever chili toppings you want. Back in the day when I was eating a normal chili, it was Fritos and a little trash cheese for me. But nowadays, it looks more like sour cream and pork rinds. A little extra sharp cheddar or some smoked Gouda would be nice here as well. If you can tolerate it, some nicely minced raw onion is an excellent option. The flavors here are very nostalgic for me, and my family used to make chili pretty regularly during the winter, and I guess what I'm really trying to say is that everything that I cook is me striving to find the flavors of my childhood. Anyways, that's the recipe. If you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing so you can be the first to see anything new I post. If you liked the video, please throw me a like and share this with your friends. Stay beefy, my friends. See y'all next week.